What up? This is Rapids. So I got some Durk news for you. Look, the streets is talking, and so Loose Cannon from No Jumper is locked up with Little Durk, right? And they say Brick Baby's up in there as well. I would think Big U is in there. So there's a whole lot of hitters up in this jail that Durk is at, this federal jail. And word is getting out that Durk is in solitary confinement. They're saying he's in the hole. So this news comes from Loose Cannon, who's locked up with Durk. He said that, yeah, he found out that Durk is in the hole. I guess they found a charger for a phone in the cell. It's not clear if they found the actual phone or not, but just having the charger is enough to get you sent to the hole.
But then, according to Loose Cannon, they were saying that Durk had his own personal phone in there. He got caught, and now he's been sent to the hole, man. So let's see the latest update from Loose Cannon and hear what the latest is from this situation with Durk.
What up? It's your boy Loose Cannon. I'm calling in, telling and letting everybody know about my phone call privileges been taken. They've been really, messing with me in here, making it harder on me to do content, to make sure that I could talk to the people. It's basically they picking and choosing on certain things I could do and what I can do now. They got Little Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone. And
let's take a look at this paperwork, man. Let me see if I can zoom into this. So this says on August the 29th, 2025, at approximately 6:15 a.m., I, Correctional Officer D. Goodwin, made entry into cell 07007 in the 9 South Housing Unit. According to Sentry and TrueScope, it's occupied by inmate Banks Durk. It's got his number and Mackenzie Andre. Upon inspecting my cell search of the lower bunk in the cell, I found what appeared to be a long white cord with a wall outlet plug-in and a circular end on the opposite side. The item was located with legal documentation and pictures of inmate Durk Banks. The item was secured and escorted to SIS office. So they're saying he got found with a cell phone in his cell. They found a charger. All right. So I guess it seems to say that they found a charger. They maybe didn't find the phone, but that's enough proof for them to know he got a phone in there. And so he in trouble over that, man. That's a rough one.
Basically, that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole. Do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS. But I'm telling all the fans and everything like that, I love y'all. I rock with y'all. Keep supporting. Go to itsloosecannon.com and buy some free Loose Cannon t-shirts. Run up Little Durk streams. He told me to tell y'all that he love y'all. I'm fucking with y'all. To keep him in the prayers. Keep sending those letters in. And keep doing what y'all do. But the reason why y'all haven't heard updates from him is because he's in a hole.
And so Loose Cannon is telling us that Durk is in the hole for having that charger and probably the phone as well. And if they found the phone, I don't know what they might, do to him, because there might be some stuff on that phone. So hopefully he doesn't have nothing on that phone that's incriminating or that might hurt him in this trial, because the second part of this news is that, well, Durk is going to have his trial pushed back now. See, the trial was supposed to start in October, so within maybe a couple weeks now, the trial was supposed to start. But instead, now he got to wait. He got to wait till they're saying it's going to be, January now? According to reports, it looks like January 20th is the new trial date. And that's not too bad, really, because that's just, November, December. That's like 3 months. So we got to wait another 3 months. I think he can handle that. He'll be okay. He wants that speedy trial. See, you got a right to a speedy trial. Durk feels like they don't got all their ducks in a row. Durk feels like the prosecutors overplayed their hand like they did with Young Thug, and we've been seeing actually a few incidents with rappers getting charged and then, pretty much beating their trials, or getting some sweet plea deals. So even with Boosie, he got a sweet plea deal, and we saw Gunna got out, and then Young Thug, he got off easy, and then we're not sure what Diddy's gonna get sentenced to. He gets sentenced this week, so but he beat the more serious charges. So it just seems like at this point, it seems like a lot of prosecutors overplay their hands when it comes to rappers, and they try to, put them away for life. They come at them with this heavy hand, and they're going off of their persona. And it seems like these rappers get caught up in, how they portray their image to the public, and the prosecutors eat all that up. And they try to charge them like they're mob figures, And really, I don't think Durk is as much of a mob figure as the prosecutors want us to believe. I have a feeling Durk might have just been caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong crew. And it's mainly the crew that got him locked up, is what I understand, or how I'm looking at it. Because they're saying, like, even Diddy is allegedly going to take the charges for him. And I'm not sure if Vonnie's going to cooperate. Some people are wondering if he's going to cooperate or not. But the thing is, even if he cooperates, or even if the HITZ cooperate, when it comes down to it, what is their credibility? I believe Drew Finley, Durk's lawyer, will be able to poke enough holes in their testimony. If they come forward and try to cooperate, Drew Finley just has to explain to the jury that these guys are criminals who want a sweet deal. They're trying to get out of trouble, so they're trying to throw Durk under the bus, basically. All Drew has to do is poke holes in their credibility. Because if you got all these criminals saying, yeah, Durk told me to do it, I mean, I don't think that would be that hard to, explain to the jury that these guys are just looking for a sweet deal. They're trying to, they're being offered a deal to turn on Durk. So, because I feel like Durk, he was probably more of a business guy than a street guy. I just feel like he liked to surround himself around the block, the people he grew up with in the trenches. And I think that was his biggest mistake, is he's finding out you can't be around them. That's what I just did a video on G Herbo. G Herbo just said that he wants to distance himself and separate himself from his crew, or from his block. And some of his block members took offense to that. They didn't, they got kind of upset because they don't want you to separate yourself. They feel like you're supposed to be gang, you know what I'm saying, and ride with them and supply them with money, and do all that. And Durk was loyal. Durk was loyal to his crew this whole time. So, but he might have, if he gets out of this in January, late January, they said the trial might last, I'm hearing like 3 weeks or something. And, if Durk can beat this, and right now I think he has a chance. He has a chance to beat them. I would say at least 50% chance. And so, if Durk beats this and he gets out, he's going to have to probably move different. He's going to have to probably separate himself, like G Herbo was saying, and, get out the way, which isn't going to be as entertaining for the fans, but it's what's going to keep him free. And he'll probably find enough members to hang with. He's just going to have to get a smaller circle, basically. But as far as them being in a hole, they're just trying to, I think they're just trying to throw that on him. And they're trying to, justify not letting him out on bail. I think they want to, because they already brought up that he was using phones, and they said he was jumping on people's accounts and using their phones, and they tried to use that as a reason not to give Durk a bail. So I think with this raid where they found that charger, I mean, they're just trying to have paperwork to match up with what they're saying about Durk. They want, this on record that he's in here breaking rules. They want to use this against him because I don't think they have a strong case against him. I think they got some hearsay and little bits. They had enough to get probable cause to arrest him, but that's a whole different ballgame from getting a grand jury to indict someone and arrest them with charges versus a trial where you got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt with solid evidence that this person did that. So I believe this shows that they're desperate to keep Durk in. They're trying to, paint a picture of Durk like he's breaking jail rules. It seems pretty petty to me. I mean, he seems to be targeted. I don't know how he thinks he can get away with a phone in there, but, with him beating this process of, waiting for trial, and they're saying Durk wanted his trial in October. He wants to get this over with. I think that Didi is going to try to take the charges for him. And if Didi, Didi takes the charges for Durk and explains that Durk ain't had nothing to do with this, I did it all on my own, he could say, and, just really clear his name. And I think that's the right thing to do because I have a hard time believing Durk was involved in this whole thing. The way they disrespected Durk and, Durk said, don't use my card, don't use OTF cards or nothing. And they wouldn't use OTF cards. That shows a lack of respect for Durk. And that's what I've been hearing. It was like some of the members he hangs out with, it sounds like I've been hearing in the street that, even with King Von, that, Durk was kind of intimidated a little bit by some of the people he be around. Like they're kind of like members that are really in the streets, and Durk was more like a celebrity, so they treated him like that. Sometimes I'm hearing, you know what I'm saying. So he kind of, had to follow the crowd and act tough with them, but really they feel like he's not really like that. I've been hearing. So the way they used his account, even after he told them not to use it, just seems to me like, he didn't have the most respect from some of the members in the crew. To get his name caught up in this is, a violation. And I think he learned his lesson now. So after he goes through trial, I think there's a chance he might walk. But we'll see. It can go either way. But this looks like January 20th, he's going to have his chance to prove his innocence. He got the best lawyer on the team. He got, Drew Finley. And I don't know, Drew Finley, I don't think likes to work with other people. But if he can somehow get Brian Steele on this case as well, would be a good thing for Durk. He probably needs like a dream team right now because they're trying to paid him out to be this criminal, but for him being in the hole, I think that he can handle it. It looks like he must have been in the hole for a month because they're saying this happened 8/29, and at the time of this recording, it's like a month later. It's like the end of September right now, so Durk must have been in the hole for a month, according to Luce. But Luce is kind of a clout chaser, so you never know. He could just be making some of this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? But no, we saw the document, so. That according to that document, that's a that trap Lord Ross read. Yeah, what am I saying? This was real. This is what really happened. Is it looks like there was a situation with Durk being on some phones that he wasn't authorized to have. So hopefully Durk's able to beat these charges and get back out there and be free, get back home to his family, get back to his career and stuff like that. I think he'll be all right, though. I mean, it looks like he has the right people defending him. So we'll see how this plays out in a few months. It's gonna be what? So October, November, December. Yeah. So in about 4 months, he's gonna have to sit down, and hopefully, in about 4 months from now, he can get this thing going and see if he can beat these charges. He got an uphill battle. He got himself in a jam that he's going to have to try to get out of now. And his whole life is really on the line right now as far as his freedom. And, what I'm saying? I know it's going to be tough if he doesn't beat this. It's over for him. So this is his chance now to get up out that jam. I know the prosecutors are going to be trying to keep him. They think he's the head honcho. They think he's the mastermind behind everything. They're going to be trying to, I think they're going to be trying to offer deals, less time to some of the hitters on that case, and see if they can get them to flip on each other. And I think that's going to be their game. And will that be enough, though? Because it just doesn't look like they got the most proof right now that he did that. You know what I'm saying? That he actually did that. So we'll see how this plays out in a few months from now. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Make sure you subscribe and all that. Check the description box for links. Make sure you follow Rap HITZ on social media. I'm out.